Good morning again. Boy, when you turn on the news, it gets me fired up. It's still a dark 30 on my commute to work. I was thinking about this. I've thought about this a couple different times, but it finally came to verbiage. What I would like to see in a president. Okay? Scratching the label off. What I would like to see in a president. No politicalness or anything like that. I want to see a leader. I want to see a commander-in-chief that knows the tiers of that hierarchy that he is involved in. Or even a sheep, that in a situation, let's say such as this, we'll say such as this, because that's what they're hinting at and saying that they knew something about Israel and Iran that warranted this whole thing. Okay, let's say this was true. Okay, and instead of bypassing, okay, if they thought it was in such grave concern, okay, the administration, those powers that be, on the top tier of the hierarchy of the judicial system, okay, if they thought it was in such a high demand and high concern, my ideal president would do something unprecedented. And that is to turn around and call in the House and Congress all together. No pages, just those that we've elected, that we the people have elected. They're big boys and big girls. They're supposed to be able to handle this kind of shit. If my ideal president would turn around and go, you know what, I'm going to do something kind of different, something unprecedented. I need everyone in chambers tomorrow at 3:30 or whatever time, 10 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. No pages, nobody else, just you folks. Okay? And then once you get them in there, that president would lay it out and say, no one is walking out of here talking about this stuff. Yeah, it's going to piss off a lot of the American public and we the people. But there is something that's came to our awareness that we need to talk about, and it's of a grave enough emergency that we need to bring this up right now. And here's my proposal. And literally lay it out. Trusting in the body of the people that are underneath the executive branch. Trusting in those constituents that are representing we the people. To be able to handle this kind of news and to be able to handle the kind of decision impromptu that it may warrant. That's the kind of president I would like to see. Not someone that bypasses the whole thing. Not someone that only tells his core group on one side, dividing what we have already structured as a united front as far as Congress goes. Okay? Someone who would take the measure and take the control of the reins of the office and say, you know what, I am, and this is what I'm going to say to you guys. In just this instance, and lay it all out. And I mean, seriously, turn around and lay out the outline that this is what's going on. This is why we have very big concern, and here's what I'm proposing, and I'm willing to listen to a little bit, but we need to do something, and quick. If they saw it as being that we were going to be attacked, okay, I can only throw it back on what I remember hearing from World War II vets, that if we knew that all of a sudden, if we had a hint Japan was going to do what they were going to do, okay, or even when we dropped the bomb, to turn around and grab everyone all in the same chamber and say, listen, and none of you are going to talk to the press after this. You can all turn around and say the same line, that this is all between, it is a serious of enough matter that we needed to go in and talk about it. We'll have more information later on, and leave it at that. Anybody else spilling the beans, well then that's going to be the end of their tenure in that seat, that elected seat. But you're going to put it across to them that they're adult enough to be able to handle this shit, that they don't speak it. That's the kind of president that's the kind of system that we need to actually have. In the event of something so dark, so menacing, so whatever, grave against our nation, that they would take that kind of control. Not someone who turns around and divides the nation by only talking to a select few of their base, and then going rogue because they have control over the military the way that they do. It's just, it's such a weird scenario that we're living in right now. It's fucked up is what it is. Really messed up. And you've got somebody who is, I'm not even going down this road. We all know who he is. Spoiled child. And so, yeah. I'm just saying that would be my ideal president. One that has the smarts to understand the position that he's in, and to understand the hierarchy of the government and the law of the land that he has been elected into, that was structured by our forefathers to govern quite easily. But we have made it complicated, of course, by questioning the validity and stupidity of words. Have a great day. Got nothing but love for you.